Boy, it's hot out there, and you need a good beverage, and mm, that's my Thai good. Uh, so, what do you want to see? You might get it. You might get it. You might get it now. We'll do it live. Stunning as brave as ever. Yes, I will venture even to host without my co-host. Perhaps he'll be here soon. Every day on this show. Bonjour, or bonsoir. It is hot out there, and you need a good drink, and might as well drink it in a tiki cup, and have fun. So I had these as kids, not one quite this way. I actually have they've made these things for years, so probably to the 60s at least. Well, back in the 50s, I know. So a long time. So it's good to see you, Anna. You've been at gaming, streaming. Yeah, cool drink. Well, I always have hot and a coffee and cold, unless I've had enough coffee, and I haven't had enough coffee today. Just haven't. It's not late night over there. Like, I mean, it is late night over there compared to now that, and I had tonight off, so hey, let's get laid. So, sorry. Okay. Uh, yeah, I like these things. Look at that, man. Iridescent colors. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, and of course the earpieces are going to be in the way, which I don't need till I get my co-host or someone in here, right? Okay. So you might be able to see some of the iridescent colors on these things. Quite brilliant, actually. Sort of mid-range there. They had the purple and the sort of yellow and fiery red, yellow and white. So I said, yeah, man, those look cool, and can't pass up a good tiki cup. I have another blue one, I think, in there. I and my brother had one each as a kid, and with straw. And I saw one years ago and picked it up, and I don't use it. It's over there on a little mini bar in the den that has a sink and cupboard space and shelving for drinks and whatnot. So I keep my whiskey over there. My one bottle of whiskey, which is 25 years old. Well, no, it's about 30 years old now. I think I bought it about 5 years ago. And my wine rack is over there. And things to do with drinking, I guess. But I've got some other stuff stored over there too. She's got some of my board games up there. I know Battleship is up there. You sank my Battleship. Yeah, well, you weren't looking, and you're half drunk, so. So I have everyone's had a good day. I've been up early. Did some cooking. Made her a meal. Still haven't given her a bath. I will tonight because I have the night off. I guess they're doing aerial spraying. Told us very early on. I checked my phone. I meant to check my phone, bring it in here. And sadly, I didn't before I came on. I doubt there's anything on there. I did check my text on X, and no one's gotten back with me. And I will discuss that now with Shadowhawk after we've heard from him. He's just now getting in here. Let me get my earpieces in so I can hear him. Don't know if he's quite connecting yet. There we go.
Back?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
I'm in the car, man. It's
okay.
It's a nightmare. There was accident after accident on the road. I don't think that I'm gonna hold on good on the car, but if it starts out real bad or something, let me know. I'll drop off.
Sure. So I've got the night off.
Did you? Oh, okay.
Did I what?
Did you start the show yet, or are we still backstage?
Oh no, we did start the show. Yeah, I started about.
Hey everybody, hello.
Yeah, Anna's in here from France.
Bonsoir, Anna.
There you go.
I'm in traffic.
You think anybody was killed in that accident?
Oh man, I don't know. There was a massive accident on the opposite side of the road, so of course everybody had to slow down to look, and then that caused an accident on my side of the road because people weren't paying attention. That was just a little fender bender.
Wow.
But it was enough to, 4 lanes of traffic. Everybody had to, try to all of a sudden merge, and nobody wants to let you in.
Hey, Carrie. Carrie just popped in saying, hey, Rex. And
oi, Carrie.
Oi, Savaloy. So the title today, content of today, is what kind of content do you want on the 4 o'clock shadow? Episode 826. I have silenced him with my brilliance. What'd you say, Shadow?
Nothing. I was just thinking about it. I mean, we were talking about that a couple of times. And, I wouldn't mind putting together, some kind of little comic book trivia show on a certain night or something. Or,
yeah,
you mentioned like the trivia shows.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put some thought into that one. I'm not opposed to that at all, and we have done a few games with Dillard on here, and we probably and everybody seems to enjoy those. I do have a Marvel trivia game in there that I've not played. That might be interesting.
That might be worth a shot. The cards or whatever.
Yeah.
That might be a nice source. Loving what?
Oh, Carrie said loving my stubble, loving my beard and mustache that I haven't. I will be getting it whacked down tomorrow. There's Katie.
Okay.
Katie says, hey all.
I cannot see the chat yet. So.
Hey, Carrie asked what we're looking at. It's not your crotch, is it? I think I saw a little steering wheel in there.
Not sure what you're looking at. Can you see me at all?
No, the camera's on. We're looking at some kind of black and white gauze type materials. Yeah.
Oh, it's just a paper towel you're stuck in the little phone holder thing I got in my car. It's a little space in my console.
Okay. So it's wild that we don't see cigarette butts, pennies, stuff like that.
Well, I could show you all kinds of that crap if you wanted to see it.
No, I think we're good. Yeah, I not going golfing, but I found another golf ball. I think this makes two. I found some golf tees in the past on the property, and I dug up this was about halfway exposed or whatever, right next to the patio by the concrete, but in the dirt, on the side of the house, or sort of the side of the patio there by the side of the house. And I was like, what's that? Dug it up and then just kind of put it to the side. I think that might have been like around the time I was doing that hedge trimming. I don't know. So it's been a while, but
you think it was one of the former owners, or were you like on a golf course at some point before it became a neighborhood?
No. Behind me used to be pasture where they kept, when I was a kid, they kept Black Angus cattle back there.
Oh, wow.
And in fact, they used to have a fence up where my back property to keep them in. And there's a concrete block
Don't fence me.
On the back of my lot and on the back of my neighbor's lot, where the fence used to be. But now I'm on a hill, and I would say I'm on the highest point. The eighth house on the right, on the highest point. It just kind of climbs gradually to you get to my house, and then it starts going down.
Okay.
But it's not real steep.
Looking down on all the peons.
Yeah, right. And I believe that they probably got out there by that old ash tree, because I found some golf tees out there as well. And probably hit a few into the pasture behind the house, which is 13.3 acres. And it was probably even bigger than that before the churches that are across the street, because there is a street behind. There's two streets behind me. There's one that kind of that, I've got the church land behind me right now that the school owns. And then there's, I am the eighth house on the right. As I mentioned, there are a total of 10 houses on the right before you reach another road. So a couple houses down from me, Terry, my neighbor that I took to the cancer treatment in or screening.
Memphis.
Memphis. Yeah. She lives in the next house over, and then there's one on the corner, and then you have something. You have a road that kind of goes around here, goes around the pasture, and goes to the light down there. So there's a road that divides, and then on the other side of what might have been just one field at one time. Huh?
All right. I'm gonna pop off for a minute. I'll pop back on probably about 30 minutes as soon as I get home.
Okay, you were roboting a little bit.
Traffic is
you just keep your eyes on the road.
Yeah, traffic is just too wacky right now.
Yeah, don't make it.
People are nuts. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, bro. In other words, I'm distracting. All right, I'm going to kick him out of the studio there. Kick guest. Kicked him to the back, and then I kicked him out. Yeah. I don't get whether he turns that phone off or not. Only got 2%. I can't do the show. No, he's never said that. So anyway, yeah, we're being festive today. I hope you have a cool drink to drink by. There's nothing in this, folks. It's all an illusion. But I love tea. As I said, my brother and I had it, and I was glad I had to have one of those when I saw it. Not like this. There's another one in there. I've shown it before. It's a little larger, and it's probably got one of those crazy straws in it. Remember crazy straws? They've been around since the 60s, I think. I think they came out in the late 60s. They actually, I got one at Kmart when Kmart was still around, in the last days of Kmart, when uh, they were celebrating like 50 years of a Crazy Straw, and I saw that and picked it up, and it wasn't too cheap, for a straw, but I thought, that's part of my childhood. It's fun, uh, nice little type thing. Um, yeah, I'll take an old toothbrush, and clean the dirt up, in the little pits here. I did soap it up and try and clean it off and whatnot. Uh, Good golf ball. Might as well keep it, and it's on the property. I find broken glass all the time. They had two little burn pits back here in the yard where they burn things, which wasn't good. Which I think I finally got the grass and actually took some fill and stuff in one of them, and sort of. I think I've kind of got it leveled out pretty. I mean, they weren't bad, okay, but grass wasn't growing there and whatnot, and I know in one spot. Well, I had a hole in, or I can't remember, hole in one, right? Anyway, and then there's two churches, Church of Latter-day Saints that's on the corner, and there's Highland Baptist, and there used to be Trinity right behind the house here, which was the property till they sold. And I said, you're stupid. They had three things going for them: location, location, location. Location's everything, folks. They had 13.3 acres. That's what this property is behind me. Now, you can do a lot with that much land. Centrally located. I'm within walking distance of Jonesboro High School, the city's main school. That's been there since my mother went to school in the 50s, graduated in the 50s. So, I mean, am I in the old part of town? By no means. Right down this way, centrally located. There's a Walmart. I've got a new fancy pizza place opening up over here. Tore down a house that was a nice house. I don't know. Right by the Lutheran school. And they're putting in, I guess, rezone for commercial, which is right across the street from my bank. And they're putting in a pizza place. They put in a Ace Hardware on the other side of the bank. And they've got an Andy's frozen custard, which is, and across the street is like the grocery across the street from the Church of Latter-day Saints. It's on the corner, which is the second street over, which is Harrisburg, which I come in from this direction, come down the interstate here, and then I cut over to Harrisburg to get to, I guess it'd be South Church. Take South Church, which runs parallel with Main Street, because that's a nightmare, Not at night when there's not, but there are some bar goers and bars down there and things. And then some of the bars are open till I know the one that was open down on Main Street was that was across the street from me when I lived down on Main Street, was open till like 3 in the morning, 3:30. I don't know. And I see goers still by the door there when I turn off of Church to get on Burke, which goes right by my old building I used to live in for 8 years in a loft apartment upstairs. And I had all my business downstairs. And that building goes way back. That's 1800, and I think I might have a picture of it here. Yeah, it goes back to the 1800s, the first part, and the back part was probably completed in about 1912. And I lived in there in 2012. I remember, because I had heard it was built in like 1912, and I had lived there prior to it being 100, and when it turned 100, and after it, that back part and it's still got the tin roofing, which is pretty cool. Has women's decorative faces in the corner. There's actually one that's got like 3 bullet holes in it, you know, something out of Tombstone, you know. But here is on sort of the street between Union. Union runs parallel on the other side of Main Street. So this was the building I lived in and what called home for like 8 years up on Main Street. It's the last building and one of the few freestanding buildings, because usually on Main Streets you have building, and they're all connected, you know. So if one burns down, actually, it's not, if one burns down, the other's gonna, because from what I hear, most of those buildings are so well insulated, over insulated, you know, which is good to know. I mean, this thing's standing, and then on this side, like over here, would be the train tracks, because when you pass going this way, no, going that way, right? And this is the way I go to work. I'll cross in front of this building. I don't have to go that way, but and because this is Main Street, and then when you cross over the tracks, you get Johnson and it's North Main. North Main's where we went as kids to church till I was about 13, and probably afterwards. Yeah, at North Main, way out there, you know, on the other side of town to go to church. We go 6 miles into town and then go across town to go to church. So we got to see a lot of Main Street, which is cool development. I mean, it was more centrally located when I was a kid anyway. I mean, it's the businesses and business district. Cheese Street too, which is kind of the ghetto part now, you know, for businesses and stuff. They've got Sonics down there and tobacco stores and things, but anyway, you get to hear the trains all the time, the vibration, but they don't build them like this anymore, where it's probably 3 or 4 brick deep, you know. This front part built in the 1880s, and the back part completed probably in 1912, and had a barber shop down. Now it's a tattoo place, but I used to go in there as a kid occasionally if I needed a haircut, because we had our haircuts at different places, but occasionally we would drop in there and get a haircut. You know, I can remember 3-4 times, maybe more than that we did. That I did. You know, sometimes I and my brother go together. Sometimes it just be I and my dad or whatever. So always fascinated by the peppermint stick pole out front, you know, red, white. I'm not even sure if that thing moved, to tell you the truth. So while Katie was working and you know, on her son's and cleaning on her son's room, and I hope that won't be too big a change for Deacon. I was eventually nodded off and rested after cooking breakfast and getting her a meal and doing a few things around here, and knowing I had the night off because they contacted us early saying that we were going to have everybody had the night off. Hey, Mike Walters in the house. It's good to see you. Pray Shadowhawk gets back to his home safely. 2 wrecks and bad traffic coming home, which is, wow. I mean, he hasn't been this late for a while. So, yeah, it must have been a real mess. And, yeah, people do drive crazy. I'll probably draw some a little later. Definitely got some news to share. But, yeah, let's talk about the main topic, which is, you know, what kind of content do you want to see? I've had And the reason I ask that is I've been losing. Now I haven't been broadcasting as much, and about the 4 o'clock shadow's about the only thing that I have been doing when I broadcast. Occasionally I might do something else, and I thought about it the other night, and it's like, not, I just didn't, it's like, no, that's pushing it. And there was another show that they were gonna, and that's when I was feeling bad too. It's like, no, I had to pass that up, although that would have been a great opportunity to do, to go on there. That was John's Long Box, with some other people. I don't know that they were talking about. I think it was, maybe the Ripa and the CG, the Ethan stuff. I don't know, or that was, maybe it was, and I don't know how much into that he got, or just was, good to see his books doing well. I haven't even checked our campaign, my campaign. If you backed it, it's your campaign too. You are a producer of it. It's taking a second to come up. It'll come up. I don't know that there's been any change in it, but hopefully there will be. I reached out to a couple of artists earlier today. I'd like to save that conversation for when Shadowhawk gets in here. Sounds like he's a little bit more alert. He's not, by the time he gets home, he may be exhausted and tired. And he's working hard. So am I. And it's hot out there, folks. It's summertime. So the best advice I can do is give you is stay hydrated and pace yourself. And some loss on some subscribers, and not a great deal, but I mean still, and then you got to wonder about numbering, and then occasionally YouTube will unsubscribe you if they haven't seen it in a while, or you've not, and sometimes it's I sub to you, you sub to me, and they never visit the channel, or maybe they did initially once or twice, said, oh, okay, that's what that's about. And, if you're saying that about this channel, then what are you, crazy? Because I don't know. I nothing's off the table here. Kind of like my comics, I've contacted Skits. We'll talk about this with Shadowhawk when and if he gets home and back in here. If I sound a little nasally today, I suppose I am. I'm not 100% over, what I went through in the weekend, which was pure torture and hell. Not very much fun at all. I do have a haircut appointment tomorrow, so maybe I'll get looking a little bit more refreshed and back to normal. I'm not opposed to this look, Carrie. Not opposed to it, but it does get a little itchy. But yeah, it's not that bad. I like a little roughness here, not necessarily this. It's especially the mustache. It's like tinsel steel, especially trying to shave it. But, if you've got an itch on your finger or something, I like to do like that so that I can, it's like sandpaper, if you're not freshly shaved, it's a little rough. It's starting to grow out again. It's amazing how quick this stuff grows out. Especially if you get the right vitamins, right, ladies? I think I said that like a British would say it. We say vitamins. Vitamins. Probably the gummy vitamins are the best thing. They don't taste that much, but they do taste better than there's just most vitamins have this vitamin, my aunt would give us Flintstones vitamins, and they were awful. That vitamin taste. And it may be the hard metals in there, the metallic, since it does have a little bit of everything in it. But my taste buds have not returned fully. I took those Chesapeake Bay crab chips, potato chips that I showed you the other day to work with me. I thought, if I have to eat these things, and I'm not going to waste them, buy a bag just to show you crab chips, as a prop. If I didn't think that I would eat them, like I didn't get the sour cream and cheese, or, but that wasn't weird anyway. But the Chesapeake Bay crab chips, that's kind of different. So I bought a bag. I got adventuresome and tried it. Not too bad. I mean, it does have a little burn to it. I don't know what that is, but yeah, I thought I might as well eat them while I can't taste them, because everything tastes the same to a certain degree. So that makes me wonder, did I have COVID again for like a second or third time? I don't know. All kinds of strains going on. I would think I'd hope that I had natural immunity. I think I just got myself exhausted and down, immune system down, Turns out I did not get those blueberries for $1.25 a bag, so I'm glad that I didn't get like more than 5 or 6 bags. I was paying $3 a bag. I was going to get another bunch of them, and I still hadn't eaten the other ones, but I thought, boy, that's a good value. I'm going to go ahead and wipe them out, And he started to check me out, and he said, these are $3 a bag, don't you? I said, oh, well, then I don't want them. And I, said, I'll put them back in the freezer for you. And I did. Yeah, stupid me. I didn't look. And I bought them at the other place, actually, across town, for $30. And didn't even notice because I was buying a lot of other stuff. I had a big paycheck. But about $15 worth of blueberries in there, which are good. I'll use them, and they're good for you. That's the one reason I was buying for it. I couldn't believe that they even had blueberries. They've got them for like, and then mixed like strawberry and banana and blah, blah, blah bags, which, for smoothies. And that makes sense. Now you go to the dollar store, they're all invested in the Dollar General, and Family Dollar, saying dollar. Well, we have dollar items. Used to be everything was dollar item, which is from China, like stuff like this. Now it's $1.25. But now they have like $5 items. They have $5. They have Marvel backpacks, and I was looking at those. I was like, now surely these backpacks aren't $1.25. Not that I was going to buy all of them, but I thought about it. Thought for $1.25 I could resell these on eBay, and I have bought backpacks for more and sold some of them, and I still have some. I've got like Tinkerbell, and might even have some Winnie the Pooh. I don't know what I've got. I some superhero type stuff, backpacks from years ago that I bought at Walgreens. I think they had them on sale. And thought I'd try my hand at selling backpacks. I've sold all kinds of things on eBay. Diecast, Pez, comics, backpacks, all kinds of stuff, Now, Elsie's more flea market type. He's literally sold all kinds of items. And most people do. It's just like a swap meet. It's just like, you got clothing, and I don't know that clothing sells well, but you got hats, and I try and stick to the collectible things or something that I if I had I bought a bunch of cereal that had like character spoons. You know, I don't think that I ever bought them. I'm just kind of holding on to them. But some of the stuff I just see and buy at the moment and never try and flip, you know, or at the moment try and flip. You know, let it get a little bit of age on it. Maybe it will work a little something. I don't know. But don't do a lot of that anymore. You know, maybe my comic put me on the right track of, you know, let's focus on the money, you know, focus on it. Yeah. So I bring that around to skits, and we'll talk about the content of the channel. I'm not, you know, that's why I put it up there as a reminder, Rex, talk about the content of the channel. Loss of subscribers. And you know, yesterday on looking at the channel analytics, don't know what it is. It might be hot summer. We had 25 views. Let's see how long did we go? Little under an hour. I mean, I'm sorry, a little bit under 2 hours, I think. Or no, the one that's up there is Think Cool Thoughts. Okay. All right. Was that, let's see, what number are we on? Okay. Yes, it was yesterday's. Okay. Sorry for the confusion, because I Out of the Loop was blocked for and I think the day before that was blocked. So I'm missing a couple episodes. Still, I edited them, which never gets done. So they're just missing. You either saw them or you didn't. The first one was blocked because of the Kamala Harris transvestite thing I showed. And that was copyrighted, I guess. It cannot be monetized, and they don't want to show it, and they don't want their candidate to look bad on YouTube. So, I just popped that out of my ear. I'm deaf. I can't hear. There we go. I'm alive. Okay. Live and international and not very entertaining, apparently. Losing subscribers. Now, I haven't been doing as many streams either. So that may, and it may not be at a convenient time. It may just be the time of the year, which, you know, I think people during the summer have fewer views. You know, people are out and about and doing things, and I understand that. But before, I thought I would head it off. Plus, I've also done a poll for like three or four episodes, but I never checked the poll. I'm like on to the next thing, you know, with my mind, like on to work now. Or if it's been on the weekend, I get caught up in the, you know, and then it's like, oh, I got to let Abby out or feed or, you know, whatever. Thought I would look at the, I was thinking about the better title. Hey, Dark, it's good to see you. Hell to you. Fine, sir. And so this, and I know we're not a chatty bunch. When I say leave comments, this is your time to chime in. And I would say that to the chat, but there's not much chat today. And there wasn't much chat yesterday or all this week. So what's going on? I don't know. We know how YouTube messes with numbers. And like I say, if you don't visit a channel after a while, you may get unsubscribed and not even know it. So we need to turn this thing around. Hey, Ray, Billy, sharing out the link every day like Mike does. Mike Walters comes in and says, you know, drop it in the like, share is the big word, and say hi, which is always nice. Sweet Cheeks. Sweet Cheeks Billy Power Max in the house. Either that or she's talking to me. Which is not. Okay. So you know, I think in the polls that I put up, it was, do you want to see more comics, more art, more toys, or what was the fourth one? There was 4 options. What else we deal with? Pez. And so, or a little bit more, variety of different things, or interviews. I mean, there's so much. So, you can either put it in the comments later or put it in the chat now. Haven't got much of a chat, and I'm trying to figure out why do we not have much of a chat. Now I know, like Eric and Boyd, he's gone, so there's one loss, due to him not being able to afford to be on the internet, which I still haven't reached out to him. I had tonight off, so I'll probably reach out to him and say, hey, bro, I still will be sending you he was my ultimate 100% more Pez. All right. Yeah, and I want to show some more Pez, and I kind of said, yeah, I'll be showing some more Pez. That's kind of baked in, kind of like that, because I am a Pez collector. I got me a pointer. I love it. Looks like the Mickey Mouse glove. And it's not flipping you off. I wouldn't buy one like that. Hey, now. There you go. Mr. Sunshine. Hey, we do things differently over here. We eat with safe plastic fork and knifeware. Drink from tiki cups and have a party every day. I want to rock and you know the rest. You know the thing. Anyway, I'm too tired to chat today. Okay, that's fine. That's why the comments are enabled down below, I believe. Plus, you got my number anyway. You can, on X, you can get a new co-host or get a new host or rethink the whole thing. It's crap. It's been crap ever since you showed us your shower. The hell? Don't be too scathing. Maybe I need to do the crafting thing. Maybe it's better internet. That's probably a thing. And another camera looking down where I can switch it and do the Bible studies, and you can see the scriptures or something I'm trying to show you, or also painting or drawing, inking, things like that. Another camera where I can show you my finger. That's called a pointer. That's a type of dog, just to let you know. Now, if I put him in the chair, it's called a sitter. A pointer sitter. Goes without saying. And yes, Doc, I will be sending you your party pig. Eventually. I'm just waiting on this check. Today is payday. Today, it's payday. Look at that. How about that? Rolling, flashing ball in it. Bum there. Bum. See, I'm learning. Interviews are always good. Yeah, that's true. And those won't stop. And that's how you get to meet new people, right? I like art and toys, but comics are good too. Yeah. I was trying to see if I had my latest Pez, which was my latest Pez was that, I think it's in there, was the one before was the popcorn. I love that one. The popcorn bucket. Had to have it. Was Hello Kitty with the printed stem. I like that one too. Pretty. It's a pretty one. Pretty. I always got this guy looking at me. I love troll dolls. This was Yahoo Serious. You ever get those pencil toppers and then just roll them, and their hair goes everywhere? We had hair pencil toppers like that. See, you can show nakedness on YouTube. Trolls were always naked, but they had a belly button, but no, well, maybe there's the maybe that's the orifice in the bottom of the foot there. You just never knew because their feet are so big. They're not hairy. If they were hairy, they might be hobbits. But with this hair, I don't know. These were the hobbits' neighbors. They lived next to the Teletubbies. Oh, leave me alone. I think, don't we have, isn't Teletubbies like UK produced? Isn't it? Do we have the UK to thank for Teletubbies, which came out when my girl was young? I'm falling asleep, Billy. Time for you to do your job. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's my melodious, wonderful voice. Go to sleep, young one, go to sleep. You've been working hard today anyway. One of those grabby hand things would be more practical. I have a Velociraptor, or maybe it's T-Rex. The moving jaw thing. I think that's what you grabby hand things. Yeah. We'll just get Billy in here, or any heterosexual, over sexualized male, with grabby hands, talking about grabby hands. You find that all over the internet, Katie. Just saying. I wouldn't trust some of these guys. Just saying. And I'm a guy. And nowadays it doesn't matter. They'll grab my ass. Cross Comics in the house. How's it going, Rick? So, we're looking to improve the content. We're always looking to be entertaining. I think no matter what you do, you need to be entertaining. Speaking of entertainment, Gable penny shot. So, I love trolls. I do too. In fact, on eBay, one of the things I bought a few years back was one of those little troll compacts. That's kind of cardboard with the plastic vinyl over it with the graphics. And it's a vintage 60s one. Or early 70s. I think it was vintage 60s, where you kept your troll. I had one of those as a kid. Gay, I know, like a little purse. But I mean, when you're that young, it's cute. Now, when it goes up into the college years, a little flaky, Too late. You said you love trolls. Yeah. And Viewmasters. Oh, yeah, I like Viewmasters. Not too bad, Rick says. Good. You hate it when I say I love you. But I love it when you say you love me. There. I'm dropping the StreamYard link into the chat. So if anybody wants to come on and talk about the content of this channel, you can. And we might get to see some old friends or make some new frenemies. I don't know. But still waiting on Shadowhawk to get home. Must have been really bad traffic today. So, yes, I'm trying to be proactive and turn the ship around. Now that Gable's in here, I guess I can talk about what I talked about a little bit earlier, which is I contacted Skits and told him to do, and Mrs. Good Stuff in the house. Hello, Miss G. What's wrong with the ship? Oh, I'm just saying subscribers starting to slip. Of course, haven't had, much content, just the 4 o'clock shadow. And some of that's been cut short. Due to we're working really hard and I've been sick over the weekend. So, and it's not just that, I think we've had, and maybe it's, I don't do as many interviews or, I don't know. But welcome to the show, Rick. Oh my God. Hey. It's Kingpin. Wow, Rick. That's a different look.
Surprise you all.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the first time Rick's been on bald. And he's been on, Rick was one of our first people to come on the 4 o'clock shadow when I started having people come on the 4 o'clock shadow. So that's definitely a new look for you, Heinrich.
Yes, it is. Although I've done it before, but it's been a long time.
Probably. And also, we have a new insert here. That's pretty wild.
Not at the moment, Anita.
So tell us, is that a cover there? Cross
Yeah,
Comics?
Yeah, that's a Canadian Shield #1 remastered cover.
Okay, that's the one you were doing the recoloring job on, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All
And
right.
actually, I can show something off here. Switch,
All right. You gonna share screen? Is that it?
sort of.
Okay. Oh, you're gonna change it. Okay. Is this currently what you're working on?
Yeah, well, sort of what's being worked on. This is Snowdrift, not Snowdrift. Canadian
Welcome to the
Shield
show,
#3.
Ethan Van Sciver. Oh, Shadowhawk, it's you.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Hey,
Pretty good. We got
yourself,
Rick
Shadow.
from Cross Comics on.
Whoa, Rick! I didn't
Yeah.
recognize you at first.
Yeah, I know. It's the
Jeez, you
Kingpin.
didn't recognize me? How could you not recognize me? You've seen me so many times.
I don't know. There's something different about you, Rick. I just can't put my finger on it.
Well, I think he's Egghead, right? Adam Man's or Ant Man's.
Last time I saw him, he's a hippie. Now he's Egghead from Batman.
Well, I don't
What the
know
hell
that
is
Rick was ever a hippie. Now, come on, that's the kind of an exaggeration. You need current.
Well, it was a little long. It was a little
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's true. Yeah, it was.
I like the new look, Rick.
Yeah.
It suits you, man.
Yeah, I did it yesterday.
Really?
So, although I've been planning it for maybe just under a week.
Had to work up the courage to.
No, I just wanted. I wanted to be somewhere where I could do it with nobody around, and
Yeah, I got
I
you.
was able to get that done. And there's still
Plus,
a
it's a lot
couple
cooler
past-
during the summer, right?
Yeah, yes and no. Yeah. I noticed my head sweats a lot more. You feel
Well, yeah.
you touch
You know.
up on your head, and it's like, ah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, your head. You want to reach up there just automatically without thinking about it, and but your hair does, protect top of your head there from a lot of the heat and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So
You gotta be careful not to sunburn that baby, Rick.
right now, you can
Yeah.
always cook up there. You can put an egg or something. On a
Egg
hot
and
day.
cheese up there.
Yeah. Flip that thing over. You just need a mirror, maybe.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I'm
wanted
glad I
to
looked
do
at
it
the-
for Tuesday, but where I was going to get it done, I forgot to bring my scissors, my shaving cream, and all that. So,
Uh-huh. Shave
I
the
forgot
stash,
that.
go full Baldo.
yeah,
Okay,
I'm pretty much full bald. There's
Well,
a little bit of hair there, but
Well, yeah, I was wondering what's the little bit of hair I see there.
Yeah,
You
normally I
just didn't
can-
get it back there or what? It's like you
yeah,
got the mane.
I got to get somebody to shave that stuff off.
Yeah, you really weren't planning on going anywhere. Either that or put a hoodie on, right?
I don't care if somebody sees it
care.
a little messed up.
Yeah. Well, you did a better job than I could have at it, and at my age though, Rick, I'm afraid mine wouldn't grow back.
Yeah.
And I'd be stuck that way permanently looking like Mr. Clean. What the hell? Mr. Clean.
Yeah, so this is page 1 of issue 3 of the Canadian Shield. There's a few things that need to be tweaked on it still, but
Okay, so you're
Yeah.
getting started on the 3rd issue of Canadian Shield. I know
yeah.
you've been doing some rethinking about it. Are you doing the show with Mike later?
No, not tonight. I was on
Not
last night on his show.
Okay.
I usually only on Mondays and Wednesdays, and Sundays too.
Okay. Yeah. Which kind of Sundays are free for all, right?
Yeah,
People that's been on during the week, whatever.
yeah, or just anybody that can come on too.
Yeah.
Anybody that's got the invite.
Yeah.
Grow a beard, wear a hat, and you'll fit into your comic book community just fine. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
the problem is I have a hard time growing a beard.
Yeah. Well, I'll
And
give you
this
some
is-
of mine, but no one would see it because it's all white.
There you go.
Yeah. And here's page 2.
Progress, Rick. Progress.
Excellent.
And again, there's a few things that need to be tweaked on it.
Got a character
well.
there with a mohawk. It almost looks like Robert De Niro in Taxi Driver.
There you
Yeah,
go. When
well-
it grows back in, Rick, you can do the mohawk.
Yeah, well, this is
Death
Canadian
Metal
Shield's
Hero
face.
2.
Oh, well, the face is a bit off, but this is supposed to be Canadian Shield's face
Oh, okay.
underneath the hood, if you will.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him without the mask on.
He did have it off in number 1, and he did have it off in number 2 for a couple shots in it. But
Well, as long as people
I think
know-
I don't think he got it good. The artist got it good in this. It's a little different than when he's done it before. It's the same artist that did number 2, so hopefully I can get him to change that without any problems. That's one of the tweaks that I need him to do. And then
Yeah,
this crazy, and then
you
this
worked with-
crazy eye.
Is that Dillard or is that somebody else?
Somebody else. His name's Efren Crespo.
Oh, okay. You did do some work with Dillard, though, right?
Yeah, he did Snowdrift number 1.
Ow.
these
Did
are-
a cover for you, right?
Yeah, he did a cover for Snowdrift number 2. He's also doing the pencils for Snowdrift number 2 as well.
And
Fly
his
Fox
drawing, his drawing was your standee that used to be behind you, right?
Yeah, and will be again eventually.
Yeah, in that 8-foot
Excellent.
standee. Isn't that
Yeah.
8 foot?
Yeah.
Take that to conventions and things. You got any conventions or anything planned?
Lined up. Yeah, I have, of course. Usually every month I go to what's called Art Crawl here in Hamilton. And then there's this, it's called 905 Fest. It's to raise money for a youth ministry here in Hamilton. And they do it by, I think, just by charging for the booths, which I rented a booth. That's later on this month, this month, the 25th. And then next month, September, there's the art crawl on steroids called Super Crawl. That's basically all weekend long, and there's a free area. Normally, you got to pay for a booth, but there's an area that you can set up for free, and a bunch of
Okay.
people do. But it's first come, first serve, so you got to be there early.
Yeah.
And then sometime I forget when in September is, and that's in September, the Super Bowl. And also in September I have Hamilton Comic Con.
Oh, cool.
Now, Rick, do you kind of take this page by page, or do you prior to doing what you're doing here with page 1 and 2, do you thumbnail out the whole story?
I pretty much got all the whole story all thumbnailed out except for 2 or 3 pages, and I'm just gonna let
Okay.
him run wild on
Do you
those.
do that digitally, or do you do that practically on a piece of paper, or what?
I did it digitally myself.
Okay.
Now, the first page, he didn't quite follow my thumbnails, which
Right.
a little irked
Now,
about.
wait a minute. Who is he?
Effing Crespo.
Okay, is that who's
That's
the
the guy
artwork?
doing the pencils and the inks, yeah.
Okay.
But hopefully we will be doing that. And I'm thinking there's a scene, a church scene where you can have a whole bunch of people put in it. I'm thinking for the campaign for him not to draw the people in on the page beforehand, and doing
Draw into here?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people like that sometimes. I've got a couple that are going to be drawn in, more than a couple people that are going to be drawn into my comic. But the page count roughly of what number 3 is going to be?
23, 24. That'd be fun.
Okay.
Easy,
Yeah, I mean, I guess you've got your page count.
120. Oh my.
I guess you've got your page count pretty much established in your book about the length of what it's going to be.
Or it might be 22 because
Yeah, you gotta go by fours, right?
You don't have to go by fours, but
Shadowhawk, I contacted Skits. Now they haven't gotten back with me, but Skits' real name is Chris, isn't it? Or have I got that wrong? What his name is? Christopher? Chris?
No. Skits'
No.
name is Mike, I think.
Mike? Okay. Mike, they're over there in Chattanooga. I believe.
And Karshina is what?
In Karshina, yeah. Well, I contacted Mike then and ask him if he would do the Momentum Unleashed wraparound cover for me.
Oh wow.
cool.
Yeah, and I want him
Yeah.
to do like a collage type thing. You know, it can be more abstract. It
Dude,
doesn't
you
have
might
to
be surprised by his rates, man. That guy's he ain't fucking around.
Yeah, I mean, but that's all right. Well,
I'm just saying, don't let the sticker shock fucking kill you.
okay, well, all right, yeah. I thought I was thinking, of course that's one thing we'll talk about whenever, if he says, yeah, I'm interested, let's talk about it. Then,
Well, I mean, and it might be different too, but he's kind of like Doc, he lives in both worlds. He does comic books and fine art, so it's like
right, yeah. So I don't know, nothing ventured, nothing gained. I wanted something a little bit different, for at least the first issue's cover.
Hey,
bit
it
more.
doesn't hurt to ask, right?
Well,
No.
I mean, kind of,
Worst you
and I
can do
kind of
is
look
say
at
no.
it. I kind of look at it as like Bill Sienkiewicz's, art change in the early '80s. I wanted something different for the very first issue. Non-traditional. I mean, certainly there's some elements that I want in there, but I wanted more of an artistic looking first cover for that.
A little more of a modern feel instead of the golden age.
Well, I mean, it's all about future visions. It's all about stories
Yeah,
in the
okay.
future.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
Apex.
Skits would be perfect for that, man.
Hey, Apex. Yeah, I was thinking. Yeah, I don't know. Because I was thinking Fabrizio. I was thinking different artists that could do, which I might get him to do an interior thing for me.
Yeah,
or
he does
something,
some nice work too. Fabio, you mean?
Or Fabio. Yeah.
Fabio, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I was thinking about cleaning Fabrizio.
Fabrizio.
And
He always
thanks,
smells
Apex.
so nice.
That's
Hey,
right.
Apex.
He's slow as hell, but he always smells nice.
But he always smells good.
Nice shave, Rick. Apex says.
Yeah, and the page count for Canadian Shield 3 is 23 pages.
Blue
And I'm
Sasquatch in the house.
And I'm slowly working on another book, Insecto #1.
What's it called?
Insecto #1.
Insecto.
He's my
And
fourth
this is a
character to
neat
come
little
out.
thing here, but it's small and
What's that?
probably less than small for Shadowhawk, who's on his phone.
That's what she said.
Rick's page layout. Layout.
Oh,
Lays
well,
out.
I can always blow it up on my phone to a certain point.
Well, maybe I should, and I would highlight Rick, but I didn't want the glare to blind people. I know, right?
Turn it down.
Turn it off. Clap on. Clap off. Clap on. Clap off.
Hold on, let me grab my sunglasses.
Right. Yeah. Future's so bright, I had to wear shades.
Blue Sasquatch, hell.
There's some
Wait a
things
minute.
you just can't unsee.
He likes
folks.
sharks.
Yes, I'm gonna have to remember that's one element that I have to put in there is the shark for Blue Sasquatch.
That's right.
Shark.
Did he ever answer
representation.
you what kind of shark?
Yes, he did, and I wrote it down. And it was one that I had never heard about.
Oh, that's right. It was that one that we were talking about that just got discovered.
Chinnaria something,
Yeah, some kind of crazy
Oh, it was
looking
that
one.
weird. It was that weird one with the eyes,
Yeah, with the big
Probably
buggy
did.
eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably a deep water shark. You know.
I imagine, yeah.
Yeah.
The
You like
picture didn't
spiders.
show the glow so great.
Yeah. Now, yeah, Katie likes spiders. She doesn't like snakes. She doesn't like, certain things, but she likes spiders for some reason.
Well, Katie can have them. I hate spiders.
Yeah. Now you remastered. Did you ever put that back up? Or are you going to put that back up, or what?
Oh, what do you mean? Did I ever put it back up? Like
Well,
it's
I
on my
mean,
website to buy.
Oh, it is? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And that's the cover to it right there of the Canadian Shield. Is that him like that's him down praying, right? That's not him like Atlas holding up the world, is it?
No. If you know what's his name? Do you know my sketchbook 360?
No.
I've seen him in chat, yeah.
Yeah, he's the one who did that cover.
Oh, sketchbook.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, my sketchbook. Yeah. I thought he was actually talking about a book, folks.
No, the guy in chat.
You can't even go to the internet and have not code speak anymore.
That may be the first piece of his art I've seen. Mostly I just see him in chat, Rick.
There you go. Stick that physical copy up in our nostrils.
There you go.
Look at that.
Very cool. Oh, there we are.
Yeah.
Your camera was taking a minute.
And so what is this remastered coloring job of?
Canadian Shield 1.
Canadian Shield 1. Okay.
Like I think I have, if you give me a minute, I think I can. Do I have the non-remastered? Oh, I know I got a physical copy of the non-remastered. Give me a couple minutes.
Yeah, no problem.
No problem. Pretty brutal on the. It's not that many times that you're this hung up by traffic.
Dude, 2 hours today.
2 hours to get home.
Yeah.
Wow. Normally it takes you a little over an hour, right?
About 40 minutes if everything's good.
Yeah. Okay.
But lately, because of construction, it's been about an hour and 15. But
construction. They had a couple of wrecks. Too.
Yeah, today it wasn't even the construction that was the problem. It was the wrecks.
Yeah. Was it just slow row? You had to detour or what? A little bit of both?
It was just stop and go, and then fucking everybody trying to merge all at one time because you realized, those 5 cars that are sitting completely still on the road ahead of us for the last 15 minutes aren't moving because they hit each other and they're waiting for the cops to come. So now you got to go around them.
Yeah.
Because they were busy looking at the accident across the street. People are dumb.
That old road rage hawk. Yeah. It gets frustrating. Now the irony of it, was
do not keep a firearm in your vehicle. It's not a good idea.
Right, yeah. So if you do, it's under lock and key and maybe in the trunk where you can't get to it.
Maybe. That might not even be a good idea.
That might not even be a good idea.
Traffic was slow enough today. I could have got out, walked around, opened the trunk.
I don't want to hear it, Shadowhawk. You didn't experience what I experienced a couple weeks ago or less.
I'm sure, I guess.
Trying to get down there to work and got behind a line striper.
I got something I can.
Now that's slow. Even for a guy that drives a top speed of 14 miles an hour. Getting behind a line striper is real slow.
Tomorrow's Friday. I got Virgin's. I'm good.
I thought I knew where it was offhand, but I don't.
Okay. All right.
See whether I have it on my hard drive. Yeah. I'll see whether I have it on my hard drive.
Okay. That's what I told her last time she asked.
That's right.
But I'm bummed.
Hey, baby. I'm going to show you hard drive.
Yeah, hard drive. Yeah. What's this putter?
And she said, that looks like a floppy disk to me.
So for you, yeah, more of a floppy. So for you, and let that focus. It's a number 2. And
Yeah.
I'll take a brush and some. It's not really focusing on that golf ball too well.
I see it
On the
now.
writing.
Number 2, I can't. Is that a Spalding? No.
No, it's not a Spalding. I know that. It is
Looks like an S. I can't tell what the rest of it says.
What is it? A T?
Oh,
TI?
Titleist?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Ah, okay.
Or a
Yeah, they got that
Titleist.
style. It's Titleist, yeah.
Titleist.
It's titillating.
It is spelled TIT.
Yes, it is.
Titleist. Okay. It's a Titleist number 2. Is that a good
Yeah.
ball?
That's a good ball.
Okay. Well, I'll keep it, I'll clean it up and keep it. Put it with the other one, wherever that is.
It's about $1 a ball these days.
Are they really? Okay. I found
So
$1.
there's
Hell, I used to sell them for $1 a ball back in the old days.
Why are
So
what
there-
we seeing up on the screen printed differently, Rick? You're
Pardon it?
like, this looks more orangey there, and here it looks more brown in the actual.
I think it's
physical book.
his live camera color
yeah.
and
Well,
whatever.
it is more brown.
I noticed that with the other page that you showed us. It looked totally different than what you were putting there up on the left and
Mhm.
what was actually printed.
Yeah. Well, the one you're seeing on the side is the original coloring and all that. The one that's digital at the moment.
Now your
this
gutters
is
or
the-
borders are stunning and brave. I know you like that Canadian Shield red and white, but do you think that that's a little distracting to your panels inside? Apparently you don't,
No.
because you're really drawing attentions to the gutters.
True. I just wasn't wanting plain white gutters or black
Right.
gutters.
Yeah, everybody
I was
does
wanting-
that.
Yeah. Show
and
us
I
a few
thought,
more pages.
doing his colors might be neat to do.
Yeah.
I did it for this one. I did it for number 2. Well, I did it on number 2 first, and
It's
Actually,
a madman, I tell you. Mwah.
I know. Well,
no,
I
I
mean,
didn't do it on number. I didn't do it.
You're
I did
more-
it on part of number 2.
are you? What was it that you're? What'd you do with the gutters on this one?
Well, I was thinking I did the same thing, but it's only near the end that I did it. On some of the.
Well, what
They
did you
did-
do here? Oh, okay, the little red there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that when it was first coming to you to do something with the gutters?
Yeah.
Okay.
Managing
Okay.
basement. Relax.
Because as you can see on the original, I didn't do that with the gutters there. It was just plain.
Right.
Who wants
Got it.
plain?
Yeah.
It was trying something new. Nothing wrong
Well,
with
I had to ask about the gutters because we all know how that worked out for Adam Post and his.
I was
2
just gonna
inch
ask you,
gutters.
do you remember the postman?
Oh, I remember the Postman.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's.
Hey,
still
you know
around.
what? It actually worked out really well for Adam. He does a kind of like a FNT type channel now where he does Star Wars and Disney gossip and shit, and his channel's doing really well.
Although for
I still
some-
talk to the postman. I don't think it was that big of a deal. They tried to make it seem like he was stealing shit, but he wasn't stealing nothing.
It was. I know. It's. I would like to get him on. So let's.
I'd
talk
love.
about it.
I've asked him to come on, man, and he says that he's considered it, but I think he's moved on now, dude. He don't care about this shit no more.
Well, I
No.
mean, I would like to talk to him about his old comics that he did back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, the guy was in back in the old days. He was in the Indies, with
Yeah, he
Don
did.
Chin and stuff.
Scavengers and some other stuff,
Mhm.
and I actually bought like a originally $60 bundle for like
Andy's
20 bucks.
a really nice guy. He's fun to talk to.
Well, I wouldn't know because we haven't gotten him on, and we'll have to keep trying. And
Well,
I know
I'll try
I
again.
I know I and Apex have tried, so maybe you could try your
Yeah,
hand again.
I was a big supporter and stuff, and then like I said, we
Yeah.
still talk back and forth. But
Well, that's the key, keeping in contact,
Yeah.
I'll try.
And I know you
I don't
do
know if
on
he, I don't know if he wants to anymore, man. I
Is that
think
through
he,
Instagram? Well, hell, if he wants to talk Star Wars, we'll talk Star Wars. What the fuck?
well,
We'll get him on here and
that's the
talk
thing.
about something.
I think he's moved past the whole CG thing, and he's focused on just being a YouTuber now. He don't
Yeah.
want to talk about the past. So
Well, I know when Dillard did the box.
Well, we'll talk about his channel and what's new with him. We'll come up with something. We'll
all right,
put him
well, that's
on and let
cool.
him talk
Yeah.
about what he wants to talk about. What the hell?
Cool with me. I'll run it by him. See what happens.
Yeah. You know.
I'd love to have Adam on it. That might actually be fun to have him as a weekly guest if he'd be willing to.
He's like, yeah, I don't know if we could. I don't know if he's kind of. Yeah, but now we could have him on weekly.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna let him do his new thing, let him kind of do a shortened version of his show as a little featurette or whatever.
Well, I don't know. I hadn't checked the show out. I mean, I do subscribe to him, and I do get
check him out.
notifications. I think he does mainly
He's
all his stuff. He kind of videos and drops, though, right? He doesn't do anything live.
No, yeah, his are all just pre-recorded.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's been a while since he's been on live stream.
Yeah, one of the last ones I think might have been he was on Dillard's show, I believe, a couple years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was there because we were when Dillard had that box going around to different comic artists putting stuff in. He was one of the artists that put stuff in.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I bought I got all the College of the Dead stuff, and then I got the mermaids too. I liked what he was doing. I mean, yeah, he wasn't drawing it or whatever, but he was publishing it. He was putting it together, and he was pushing it. Right, he was doing all the sales.
Well, I know his last crowdfunder was the Mermaid Project, which I thought had some pretty
Dude,
nice
that had
art.
some beautiful art in it, man. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, mermaid art and stuff. So,
College of the Dead was fun, but that's why I brought it up. Remember, what was that? The first one or the second one? We had the giant cutters in that thing.
Yeah, and one reason was it was a web comic that comes out or something, right? And
it was something about it.
I mean, that's the thing about it. If there's a little bit of controversy, it's always on the internet. It's blown up. It's like it's the topic of the day, the flavor of the day, till something better comes along, and then people will move along. So.
Well, what pissed me off, and I'm still kind of pissed at him, but whatever. I still love the guy, but Ethan kind of like turned on him and was like, "Man, that ain't cool," And Adam was like, I never made any claims. I'm just, this the book I'm publishing. I never claimed to write it. I never claimed to draw it.
Right.
He actually pushed his artist. He's like, look at this artist. Showed all the artwork. I don't know, but
if he wants the rights to produce it and all that, hey, he has a right to.
Yeah, I mean, he's promoting.
Yeah, and he
comics.
paid the people. He paid the artists and everything. Nobody got ripped
comics,
off.
Right? Yeah, he doesn't. He might not be the writer or anything, or editor, or it may already be done, packaged deal, and he's just repackaging, rebranding, and putting it out there. A lot of people do that with reprints. Reprinted material, public domain material. I mean, Bill Black's put out whole volumes.
He was also the salesman, he was the one running the campaigns, pushing the campaigns, lining up the shows, talking about the books.
Oh, absolutely. And he was out there a lot,
That's a lot of work, man. Like I said,
a lot of work. And it's like I've got it scheduled. I'm not really feeling the best, but that's all right. You go on, you do it anyway, whatever. I mean, and it's one show after another, after another, after another. You really have to keep that energy level up,
You tried. The last couple days, man. Whew, I ain't been able to do it.
Well, fortunately, you're not in a campaign. Having
Yeah,
to be
thank
out there,
God.
and yeah, no doubt. That just let me know where to send the flowers.
That's right.
I'll send these lays to you.
Yeah, that would have been the death knell the last couple days. I was dead already.
Yeah, I got these. They're iridescent. I don't know if you can see, but they're iridescent color.
Oh
When you
my.
get them under the light, look at that green.
Yeah, cool.
Ooh, yeah.
They're
Fluorescent.
probably,
Yeah.
yeah, they react well under a black light.
Oh, they would. Yeah, that's probably why they did them that way. I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Black. And then
Anyway, I
they
think the
got a
guy got a
flowery
raw deal.
tiki.
That's all.
Look, flower tiki cup.
You could say
That's cool.
you could say with those, you're really getting laid.
Yeah.
I already used that joke when I came on. Leave it alone, Rick. Give it a rest.
Well, I wasn't here when you came on.
You don't hear me making bald jokes. Yeah.
What?
Well, I
Cue
mean, when he
ball?
came on, I called him Kingpin, but that was a comic book reference.
That wasn't a joke.
That wasn't a joke, and frankly, most of the things I try and say funny don't pan out to be. So
Yeah, that's true.
Thin ice, brother. Thin ice. It is
Yeah,
summertime. Yeah. Anyway,
What you gonna do? Kick me?
yeah. I already did that once, and it actually felt pretty good. When your device, when you said you were going to bow out anyway. It's like,
Yeah, but my ass is sore.
I didn't know if you were going to turn your device off or not, so I just kicked you. I hadn't done that.
Oh,
in a
well,
while, and it felt pretty good.
Earlier?
Yeah, earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I thought I got off, and I
I
just
just
hit
cut
the
you
end.
backstage and then kicked you, so your device
Okay,
was probably on all the way home. I don't
Because
know.
I was like, oh shit, this thing's gonna be on.
I can't figure out my own phone, much less yours. Yeah.
Well, dude, traffic got crazy all of a sudden. I thought I was done with it. I got off the highway. Things are supposed to be normal. All of a sudden,
Right.
I had 3 lanes of traffic coming at me when there's only supposed to be 2 in a turning lane. I didn't know what was going on. People were passing each other left and right and flying down this road that's only 40 miles an hour. I'm like, what in the world? I gotta go.
Yeah, Rick, as I was saying, Shadowhawk,
Yeah.
he was one of our first guests on the 4 o'clock Shadow. When
Yeah, I
we
believe
might
he
not
was.
even been calling you the official co-host at that time. Of course, the
Maybe
very
not, yeah.
episode 117 when you came on board, because I did 116 by myself with no guest, and then I started to go through StreamYard, and could have other people on. So
Right.
you and Lorenzo came on, but I know that Rick was one of the first people to come on. So he's been coming on over 2 years on the show.
Yeah.
Of
Very
course,
nice.
Rick infamously was sending me those string, and maybe more so now. He may be overriding the show right now with his mutant power of Professor X here. Because
Yeah,
he does
he
look
hasn't
like
let
a
us
little
see his
more like
chair yet.
Xavier now. But he was like, yes, back in, what was it, 2017, I think, or 15, you had a 5 o'clock Shadow show, and you just didn't
Yeah.
continue it. You had a 5 o'clock Shadow show.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so he must have been sending out vibes into the universe even back then that somehow I caught on my patio when I came up with the 4 o'clock Shadow. So,
And then goofed them up because you're in Arkansas.
yeah, right. Well, look,
Everybody
if it was
knows it's
5,
the
we wouldn't
5
have much of a
o'clock Shadow.
show because, I had to go to work sometime or in seasons past at 4 o'clock.
Hey, well, your 4 o'clock shadow was my 5 o'clock shadow. It's the same time.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you went west, Canadian, and then you came back to where you used to live, correct?
Yeah.
So you're back to an hour ahead in our future.
Yeah.
Ooh, got the lottery numbers, Rick.
Yeah, I wish.
Yeah, but they're Canadian. and
Canadian
maybe not
lottery, I don't care.
applicable.
I'll take goobies or whatever they call them, goofies or goonies or what do they call them, loonies. Loonies, that's it.
Well, technically, we're dollars. It's loony is just a nickname for our dollar coin because there's a loon on it, and of course, toonie is a nickname for our $2 coin because it's
It's
crossing
2 ounce.
the two with the loon. There's no loon on that, but
I'm
loony
advocating that
Now,
we go to Monopoly money. Now
Are they an actual ounce of silver, or are they just a representative amount? Because I know, like the collector's edition, you can actually get, a 1 ounce silver loony, but I don't think that's the one that's in circulation.
No, I don't think so.
Easy, Paul Big.
on yesterday's show, we had 25 people, Shadowhawk. And I think we went less than a couple hours, not much. Maybe I might have went over 2 hours.
I think it was about an hour and a half. Well, you kept going, I think.
Yeah, I did. But our average time was watch time was 15, almost 16 minutes. So, which is pretty good. But we only had a peak of 6 people watching.
Yeah.
But there is a loony.
Oh, hold on.
I went an hour and 40 minutes. Oh, he's got $1. He's rich, folks. Oh, he's got the loon upside down. I can tell that. Yeah, good. You got.
That's what they call them, loonies. They fly upside down.
No,
or swim upside down.
He's on the water. Yeah.
Sure.
Who's the broad? Who's the
that
woman?
is Queen Elizabeth, I believe.
Oh, Queen Elizabeth. Who's the broad? Who's the chick?
Hey, who's the dame?
I don't think I have any tunes on me.
Who's the dame? Right. Yeah. Rich got money. We should all go up to Canada and have a gold rush,
Too late now, man. She's dead now.
Got a quarter. Yeah, well, she's been dead for a while.
Yeah.
I got.
Oh wait, was that QE1 or QE2?
I think
was
QE2.
That an astronaut on that one?
That's an
that's an elk.
20,
yeah. I think I've got.
Oh, that's
like
the elk. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
25-cent piece, and then the queen on the back.
Okay, that almost looks like our Susan B. Anthony style, doesn't it, Shadowhawk?
That's the dime.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
On it is the blue nose schooner.
Which was okay. The schooner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then nickel, which has the beaver on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the classic. I like the beaver.
See, we get some of your Canadian counterfeit money down here, Rick, in our change when we, and good luck trying to pass that off. You get it, but can you get rid of it? I usually thought
the old joke was when they were first going to make the loonies, the dollar coin, was all the strippers got pissed off because they don't want to be getting hit in the head with all these coins all day.
Okay. All right. I guess I was on the wrong street corner when they were telling me that joke.
Oh my.
Yeah. So
we know
sensibilities. Oh my.
And we no longer have the penny here in Canada.
No penny.
Oh, bunch of rounders.
Was that why did they do away with the penny, Rick?
Because it costs too much to make. It costs more than a penny to make. So
okay. So
Makes
your
sense.
economy's doing fine, I'm sure, if you can't afford to make a penny. What the hell? It probably takes us more than a penny to make it over here as well.
Probably.
But we make it anyway. So can you still pay with some old pennies there? Because there's still some circulating around, I'm sure.
Well, people have them for sure. I up until about a year ago, I had a bunch. Then I just took them in and cashed them in because I wanted some extra money.
They're probably going to melt them down, aren't they?
Yeah. But
Oh, wow.
Technically the penny still exists, or 1 cent exists digitally. If you're paying something physically with physical cash, they'll round it up or down depending on what it is. Like if it's 11 cents, they'll round it to 10, or 12 cents, they'll round it to
Oh, so if
10
you're getting
cents.
like on Amazon or something like that,
But yeah, if you get it on Amazon, it doesn't round down. Or
Oh, you
And
speaking
Oh,
from
really?
experience on that one, huh?
like if
So
I go into
10.99 is automatically 11.
no, well, if you're paying physical cash, yes. But if I went to like somewhere and I was paying, my debit card or credit card,
Right.
then I would
That's
pay the
what,
10.99.
that's what I was saying. Like Amazon, you do have a Canadian version, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. If you're paying something digitally, you pay in the number of cents. But if you're paying physically, they round it up or down, because 3 cents and 4 cents. If it's in 3 or 4, it goes up to 5. And if
Gotcha.
it's 6 or 7, they round to 5. If it's 8 or 9, they round to the 0. Just like
Shedog, do you like this new split screen type thing that Rick has? I like it because we get to see less of him.
That's cool.
Yeah, when you blow it up like that, it's not that bad. Yeah, especially when he sits off to the side there off a camera.
Interesting. Is that a StreamYard thing, or how'd you set that up, Rick?
I'm using OBS, and then I do a
Oh.
virtual camera.
Okay.
You can do all sorts of things with OBS. Like I can switch with this at OBS. I can go and I can easily switch to this scene where you can see Mike drawing.
Right. Okay.
Or I can
Yeah,
have a
I've
browser
heard
come up.
of it. I've just never tried it or used it. So
Yeah.
Which
I
that
think
kind of
it's
reduced when you switch that reduced the size of the image and you at the same time.
Well, that's more because the aspect ratio on that stuff is different than this.
A little
I can
different.
change.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
all right, Rick. Well, you're an OBS guy. Do you ever have problems with StreamYard or no?
No. Like,
All
see, I
right.
can do
Do you
this.
know?
Look at that.
Do you know Eric? Whoa.
3D Rick. I swear,
Do you
him
know
and
Eric
Hex
and
Allen.
Boyd?
He and Hex Allen ought to get together and have a party. My God.
Yes.
'Cause he
Excuse
likes-
me. Right. Do you know Eric and Boyd?
Eric and Boyd.
The name sounds familiar.
Yeah, he did Mr. Muck and Golden Era. He's on. He's in the
up
chat
in
quite a
Canada.
bit.
He didn't get the news.
Anyway, he was looking for somebody that knows OBS to get some help on StreamYard because he's having issues with echoes and different things.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't know if you can help him or not, but
Is he still
I
looking
could-
though? Because I think he's kind of abandoned the internet, hasn't he?
I could try and help him. I can't say I'd be able to do it.
He's on
100%.
Twitter still, as far as I know. I haven't seen him in the chat last couple of days. No, I think I saw him yesterday.
I'm by no means I'm no expert.
He's not been in this chat since they said that he nuked some of his content on X, and Eric and Boyd has not been in here. He's been on my mind, and I do have his Gmail to contact him.
I see him on Twitter just about every day. Or maybe it's Facebook. Might be Facebook.
Well, it's definitely not. Definitely not here.
And I'm definitely I've talked to him. I've got old messages that we've sent to each other. I don't know about X. I don't know about Facebook, but I do know, or Instagram, but I do know that I do have his Gmail or whatever his email, and I don't know if that's still good. I imagine it is, but. That's one thing I was saying earlier, Shadowhawk. I was going to reach out to. In fact, I'm going to make myself a note, reach out to Eric and Boyd tonight and see what's up, since I have tonight off. Woohoo!
Yeah, very nice.
Congratulations.
Um,
So either of you guys seen Deadpool Wolverine yet?
No, I've heard mixed reviews. Some people say it's a cameo fest, and it's just
Oh, it's definitely Cameo Fest.
yeah. And what do you call it? Fan service, and then other people say it's okay. But I've heard
Yeah,
it's got like
I will
basically
definitely say
no
it's Cameo
story.
service. I'll definitely say it's Cameo Fest fan service. I don't think it was as good as Deadpool 1 or 2. But
Okay.
there's some great fight scenes in that. I think the pacing on it's a bit off. It's slow in some parts, I'd say. But overall, I liked it.
So it was entertaining. It just wasn't as good as okay. That was kind of what I expected,
Yeah, there wasn't no cringe moments. Of course, we know Ryan Reynolds was trying to make sure none of that crap happened.
Yeah, I heard there was a lot of fourth wall breaking type thing.
Yeah, but that's Deadpool, right?
Right, yeah. I mean, he does that anyway, so.
And he did it a lot better than She-Hulk did.
Yeah, much better.
Well, I saw a comparison today on X of his dancing. He was kind of dancing and sort of like what Spider-Man does, right? He's kind of making fun of his protagonist. But then they had that opposite of She-Hulk where she was twerking in her office.
Oh God.
Yeah. And plus the CGI on that was pitiful from what I hear. So, and I have no desire
I only
to watch
saw a few clips, but it was bad, dude.
Gable Penny Shot says the new Dable, what the fuck? Deadpool Wolverine is entertaining, but has zero plot. A lot of fan service to the Fox movies. So
yeah, that seems to be the consensus, Cable.
Like a parody type
a
thing.
fun movie. How long was it? Like an hour and a half, 90 minutes?
An hour and a half. That's pretty much standard.
2 hours.
Really?
Was it?
Okay. And it was entertaining the whole time. You didn't get bored or anything.
Not really.
He said there were some slow points in it.
It wasn't slow too long. They just they probably. I'm not sure whether they could have cut stuff out or they could have retweaked it or whatever.
Okay, Rick. So here's the important.
I just don't want to give too much away. Of course, I'm not one for spoilers.
The important question: whose eyeball do you think it was? Apparently, at the end of the movie, there's an eyeball looking in the apartment window, and people are arguing over whether or not it's Dr. Doom or Galactus.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I'm trying to remember that eyeball thing. I watched. I don't remember that. Jeez. Now I'm gonna have to go see the movie just to find that out. No, I'll wait till it comes up video or I'll download it.
That's probably just somebody pulling my chain. I've seen it a few times though, and seen people discuss that. So I was just wondering where you fell on it. From what I hear, I think people think it's a Galactus cameo.
Galactus.
Whatever. Galactus, yes. However you pronounce it. Galactus. Yes, because he's a big dude. He could look into the window of a skyscraper without a problem.
Yeah, for sure.
Whereas Dr. Doom is, maybe 8 feet tall.
Dr. Doom isn't even 8 feet tall. He's 6 foot something at best.
Yeah,
maybe 6.5.
I was being generous. He might have some, extra beefy armor on that day.
Yes, he's feeling insecure, so he'll give himself some lifts.
He put some lifts in his.
Well, there's the question. I heard that they're bringing Robbie Downer Jr. back for Marvel, and he's going to be
Yeah.
Doctor Doom.
I don't know, dude.
It sounds like they're doing the almost the Reed thing for Ultimate Universe, where they made Reed the bad guy, end up becoming the bad guy.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I loved him as Iron Man, dude. I don't know what I'm gonna think of him as Doctor Doom.
But apparently, there's been a comic thing where he did become Doctor Doom.
Yeah, I hear that.
Tony Stark, he turned out to be like a relative of him or something, or a descendant, or.
Why you got to make that connection and convolute things?
Well, wasn't that the way it went?
Not the storyline from what I heard about, anyways. But
Oh,
okay.
I know that Doctor Doom, and back in the Bob Layton years, they took Doctor Doom and Iron Man back to like Camelot, back in time, because Doctor Doom from the very beginning had his time platform, and it has kind of messed with time with Doctor Doom, and of course that kind of makes him more of a grandiose, I'm master of time and space and whatnot. And actually, there is a great magazine came out, I believe, in 1983. I might be wrong about that. I'm glad that we're actually talking about this because this brought this up. It was called Omnibus. It was a one-shot magazine, and it shows you the connection very early on. I had no idea until I read this article that Kang the Conqueror, and now it's more publicly known, with Marvel people, that Kang the Conqueror and like Rama Tut from ancient Egypt, and all those are incarnations or like Doctor Doom.
Right.
Throughout history.
That's what I was thinking of.
Kang the Conqueror. Yeah.
So that's why I was thinking maybe Tony Stark was supposed to be one of them. It was Kang.
No, I don't think. Yeah, it was Kang. It was the guy that was over Limbo. Can't remember his name. It was also the Scarlet, whatever his name. That was kind of like a Avengers villain. So it was all these things from Fantastic Four and Avengers, or beings, and they were all kind of linked up. As this sort of Von Doom or whatever, Doctor, and actually one of them, the guy is kind of neutral. There we go. Really, the Living Mummy? Don't remember the Living Mummy.
What? Really?
Well, okay, that's Apex, and he's got some weird combinations, so don't think it has to do anything.
Apex also knows some stuff.
Yeah. Rex went to Hawaii. No, I did not. No, I did not. But I did go to Hobby Lobby the other day, and I was talking about this to you, Shadowhawk. You remember the coconut bars?
Yeah.
3-color. Yeah, they weren't that great, but this was the type of Dad thing, Dad would buy. That was more prevalent back when I was young, and we'd eat. And they've also got their $1 million bar that you can get,
Oh wow, that's cool.
I don't know. It's chocolate. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but
well, hopefully
it doesn't cost you $1 million. But I like to give those away at Christmas,
Yeah, here's $1 million.
Yeah, here's $1 million.
Hey, bro, it's $1 million for you, kiddo.
Yeah.
Don't need it all at one time.
But Uncle Rex, it's melted. Well, left it in the hot car. What do you want? Get away from it, kid. Anyway.
Too bad, so sad, kiddo.
But there was a magazine that explored that. It was called Omnibus. It was early 80s. I'm going to go on eBay and try and find it because I used to have that in my original collection. And I don't think I've replaced it. And if I did, I wouldn't mind having 2 copies of it. but I don't think I've ever replaced that. And that's one that comes to my mind every now and then. And it kind of has an article about, Doctor Doom through the centuries being all these different incarnations, I don't know what the deal is with that without reading the article, and just kind of, and maybe if I get the magazine, reread the article, we can talk about it some more. But yeah, he apparently at Rama Tut and the guy over Limbo, which is kind of a good guy, kind of, sort of, I don't know. He's been in the Avengers books a lot. Wonderful. Go to look at your $1 million bar, inspire you to focus, create, and market your IPs. Okay.
Yeah, except there's no such thing as $1 million bill.
Yeah. Well, now I do have the first, from the sale of my postcards. I did keep the, my secretary that used to be there at where I work. She wanted to buy one of the postcards. And so, I kept that $1. And there's been many a times that I needed $1 in my pocket, but I did not spend it. So I'm very proud of myself like that. $1 is not that much till you really need it. There's been some times where I've needed money, but I've kept it. First $1 from Momentum Comics was one of those 2016.
Put that baby in the frame, man. Get it up on the wall.
Oh, I've got it up on the wall. It's in my bedroom. Boarded and bagged,
Boarded and bagged.
Boarded and bagged, protected, yeah.
Typical Rex.
Yeah. Well, it's probably with a few other things, that's Momentum. I think probably with the postcards, some of the postcards.
Oh, yeah.
When I had my first postcard made, what I did, she gave me a stack, right? And this is the printer that I go to still today, right? And what I did is I didn't know what the front of the run was or the end of the run, so I took the top one and I took the bottom one of the postcards and saved them. So I got the first one printed. I know what of the two is the first one printed and the last one printed. So first and the last.
Cool.
Yeah. One of these days that'll be, maybe worth something. Maybe it won't. Apex says, don't worry. I will contact the National Treasury when Trump is back in the White House. He will print them up under the gold standard offer. I visit Trump. Okay.
Yeah.
We're never getting back on the gold standard. I thought I explained that the other day. We're beyond that. There's not enough gold that we own, even if we had all the gold in Fort Knox, which isn't there, folks. Not all of it.
Ooh, Rex buying conspiracy.
Anyway, there's not enough gold to cover the debt. You can't get back on the gold standard like that. And they don't want that anyway. That is the anti-globalist agenda.
There's more than enough gold, Rex.
In my opinion, that's why Kennedy
look at all the jewelry they make every year.
Look, India's buying it. A lot of companies are buying it by the ton, and China's buying it by the tons. There's a lot of gold out there. Okay. Talked about the BTC in his last speech. What's BT? Yeah, I forget. What is BTC?
I think
Tree Goblin says Tree Goblin coming in here with
Bitcoin.
Tree Goblin coming in here insulting Rick Baldy.
Oh, that's what that was about. I didn't even realize it.
Yeah,
he thought he was
talking to me. Yeah, and my
I didn't even know what he was talking about.
My rising forehead.
It's gonna take a minute to get used to, Rick.
We will drill for gold. Yeah, and we're going to drill for oil, but and we've got plenty of it, And in Arkansas, the only state that has diamonds, yeah, if you ever show Shadowhawk, it's on my bucket list. Actually, go out and get a bucket and a shovel and go down there and go digging for diamonds. My sister's done it. I've never done it. I'd like to do that sometime. Go down and there's a field that they'll disc every day or whatever, or fields, and you go out there and you dig for diamonds. And some people have found some diamonds.
Haven't they been dug over 1,000 times by now?
They still continue. There was a big brown diamond found, like a carat and a half, or I don't know. It might have been 3 or 4 carats. It was. Yeah. They're still digging stuff up, brother. It's kind of like
That's
those
cool.
glass shards I was talking about that I find in my backyard. You'd think I've dug up everything out of that, and I'm finding golf balls and that marble, that old marble. That's the best thing I've found.
Yeah.
That old
Like
swirl
those,
marble that I dug up out of the sort of side front yard.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Those old hippie people I told you about, they go down every year to, I think it might be by you, Rex, Arkansas. There's some kind of big crystal,
Oh,
like
we got
field
crystal
where
and
you can just
agates
go
and
and
stuff.
dig.
Yeah. See, I started collecting rocks, and I always wanted, and when I make it, I'm gonna get me a big rock turner, or have somebody make me some barrel rock turners. You know,
There you go.
because I mean, in fact, there was a website that I recently that I saw that had like crystal type stuff. They had some wild. I saw a posting on X and I saved it. In fact, I could probably bring that up and show you, man. They had a hell of a looking of an agate there. I did before I forget, Shadowhawk, I did contact Jim O'Reilly. He did get back with me. You know, he said he was looking for something that, and if have a character and you think it would fit my art and have a script, send it to me. And I was like, look, dude, I'm only talking. Can we get together for 2 minutes and let me pitch you the idea? I don't there. I mean, sometimes I'll write a script, sometimes I won't. Let's think out of the box here. I definitely think I've got a story, and I think what it is like okay, Gable Pennyshot, here's your ears, get them up. Bog, origin of Bog, part 1 and part 2. That's what I'm proposing to Jim O'Reilly, and if not that, maybe something else. All I know, and I figured it up after this paycheck, there's about $2,000 left to be, squeezed out of that kitty called work. Maybe more than that. But if we're talking like about last year, and maybe I'll do better than that last year. Last year was my bad year. The year before was one of the best, but unfortunately a lot of that went to Vic,
Right.
Diamonds are pretty common, but they're still controlled, so it inflates the price. Well, the thing you had me at Bog, right? The origin of Bog, which was like right before the Gravetail story. Tell the Gravetail, then the Gravetail story in the book, so the Jim O'Reilly, 3 or 4 pages would be before that. It would cut into the bystander story, but get more, whatever. And then unless I expand the book. And then that would set it up for a continuation. The next story of Bog.
Cool.
Which I don't have planned exactly what to do yet. But this would give me a good direction. If I get a good setup with the Jim O'Reilly, tell the Bog story that was told a couple, the Gravetail story that was done in 2022. And then that I can pick up where Jim O'Reilly left off. Or where Gravetail kind of leads off and marry the two, in Devil Flyer Zero.
Oh.
Well, just as long as you don't get bogged down by it.
And it's got swords and arrows, and it's something that he could do. But it's like, damn, I know you're sculpting, I know you're busy, I know you're, but I'm trying to throw money at you here. I give you, I thought I had you, he's not an easy sale. I'm like, damn. If not you, it'll be somebody else. But, I think this would be perfect for you.
Jim's good, dude.
So I'll keep trying with Jim. And I don't have a script because it's just like, it's, for one thing, there's not much to it except sound effects. It's a chase scene.
Right.
Swords and arrows and Bog in his human form before he becomes Bog, being chased through woods, into a bog.
Then
Yeah.
it gets bogged down.
and he gets
Yep.
bogged down, right? And then that leads into
Then
the
he becomes
what we
the
see
God.
happen in the Gray Tail story, and we'll actually see him get hit by an arrow, is the way I'm thinking, an arrow in the. And so after the Gray Tail story, when we see Bog sitting in the, woods or whatever, he reaches in with his hand and takes out the arrow point that he was shot with back centuries later.
Oh,
And I'll pick up the story from there. So the story I'm proposing is he do like a 3 or 4 page beginning that leads into this other story, and then the other pick that story up again when he is Bog, and then get back to the human or whatever, pick it up later. So it's kind of a, disjointed story. There's Doc Blaylock's Gray Tales in between. So that's not, and I don't have a script for it because there's basically sound effects, not a lot of talking, like maybe get him, or yeah,
right.
because they're chasing him,
I caught that gist. Yeah.
Hi,
Hello?
how are you? Hi,
Good.
how are you doing? Good?
How
Hello,
are you
hello.
doing?
Hi, comic books. That's the Deadpool? Is that the Deadpool?
No, that's his Canadian Shield.
Shit.
But now we were talking about the Deadpool movie earlier.
Deadpool movie. Yes, I saw it. It was really good.
Okay, so you like the Deadpool movie?
I do.
Yeah.
The
Did you
Deadpool
see the
Wolverine
first
one.
Tip.
I guess you saw the
Yes,
first one.
that one. It was really good.
What
All right,
state are you
what was the best
broadcasting?
part without spoiling?
What side? I am from Deadpool. I think it's Deadpool. I'm on both sides. What side are you from? Deadpool or Wolverine?
No, I was saying
Oh.
what state are you broadcasting from?
What?
What state are you from? I'm in Arkansas. He's in Canada, and he's right outside of Chicago in Illinois.
I'm from Ohio.
Ohio.
Oh,
Okay.
hi.
Yes.
That
And
explains.
Canada, who's from Canada?
That would be Rick, the bald guy. Which
See,
usually he's got hair down to his shoulders, but he's shaved. Is this
Yeah.
your
The new
first
Really?
time to?
I
Is
got it
this
on
your
the phone.
first time to come in and watch the show?
what?
Is
Yeah, this is my first time to watch this show. Yes, it is.
Look at that. Hopefully you can come back and watch us again. We're on every day at 4 Central.
Every day at what time?
4 Central. We're right in the middle, so we're 4 Central. We usually go to about 2 hours. Not
Yeah,
always.
And what this show is? It's a show about comic books.
Well, we talk about comics, Pez,
Pop culture.
toys, pop culture, all
What's
kinds of
going on in the independent
with
comic
a
book
heavy
world?
focus on comics. Here is my trailer to my comic. And
Awesome.
Rick's got his Canadian Shield comic. You can see
Good
his cover up there, remastered. He just recolored that. Yeah,
And tweak some
Not
of the art as well.
and retweak some of the art as well. Okay, yeah. Now you primarily work digitally. You don't do like paper and pencil and stuff all the time, but you do a few traditional things, don't you, Rick?
Oh yeah. I've got a whole bunch of stuff in the closet. And I got a whole bunch of stuff in
And
the
so, what comic books do you have?
Me?
Well, I got a whole bunch.
That
I'm mostly a
depends,
Marvel
yeah.
guy. Is that an Avengers shirt you're wearing? What do you got there?
No, it's not. It's
Oh, okay.
like
Lancers
Lancers
basketball. Okay.
Lancers basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I kind of
I
like
have
Marvel comics, but I got Marvel and DC, all kinds of independent books, you know.
yeah, same here.
Yeah, can I see one? Can I see your comic books? Like all of them? I'm like.
Well, I've got over 30,000, so I
All
don't
of
think
them?
we're going to see all
No.
of them today. Probably ever.
I've got at least 16,000, so there's you can't see all of them at once.
Yeah, I'd
I
say
I
you got
don't
about
have close to that many, but
Yeah,
mine
we're
are
all
storage.
older dudes. We've been collecting for I don't know, Rex, 40 years.
I'm coming up on 50
35.
myself. Yeah.
So
So-
you can see a bunch of his in the background there on his shelves.
See what now?
You see a bunch of your comics in the background on your shelf.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's comics, all kinds of different stuff, different volumes.
I was
You can
a
see
little different. I quit collecting in 2000 because I was kind of tired of mainstream.
Mhm.
And then I started indie collecting again in 2018, and I've backed almost 500 campaigns since then.
Really? That's a lot. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
and my as soon as I finish this cigarette, we'll go inside. I'll let you take a look around at my walls. It's all original art, all that I've won in contests or giveaways or auctions.
Commissions. You bought some
Commissions.
stuff too, huh?
Yeah, I'm pure CG, nothing but CG and indie now, and Marvel and DC can go take a leap. I do still love Deadpool. I hope the movie is good. But
Yeah,
other than
it's definitely worth seeing. I will say that. Well, I have that
That's what-
comic.
that's what I hear. I hear it's worth seeing, but it doesn't have a whole lot of meat to it.
I do not have that comic.
That reprints E-Man #1. See, that's modern comics. That's kind of like Whitman reprint.
Ooh.
Here's one you probably never seen from Ace Comics. I do have some other Ace Comics, obscure, but Robin Red and the Luttons
Okay.
unicorn cover, a fairy tale. Small little people. Look at that dog there.
Well, I got a
Okay.
brand new one I can show her, Rex.
Okay. Is it a crowdfunder? Hey,
Yep, just came in yesterday.
there's a Neil Adams cover. Take a
Ooh,
look.
there you go.
The ultimate, man.
There you go. Just came in yesterday from All Caps and
Oh,
Ethan
fearsome.
Van
Yeah.
Diver. The Fearsome exclusive preview.
Good luck. What's his powers? Have you read it?
No, I have not read it yet. He's got some kind of supernatural link to the dead, and I'm not sure what it is other than that. I gotta read the preview and find out.
Am I
But-
saying your name right? Noli.
It's
No.
Noel.
Noel.
Okay. Noel, like the song.
Hey.
Okay, Noel.
Pay
I
no
can
attention to
remember
that.
that.
Noel,
spelled a
he's
little
from
different.
Arkansas.
Yeah, I'm from Arkansas too, so you know. What have you been doing today, Noel?
I've been working today, and tonight Tonight I am watching wrestling. It starts at 7:30 on the computer.
Hey, Nikki.
Cool.
What's it called?
What have you guys been doing all day?
I've been working on one of my comics and watching YouTube videos.
Yeah, I work.
And I went out for a bit too.
I work a regular job, and then I co-host with Rex every day, 7 days a week.
And I have been cooking, look after my dog, resting, and getting ready to get off of here after doing the show, and maybe have a draw stream later where we draw.
What does that mean? What's like a draw stream?
Well, that's where, you know, I draw like my different comic characters or stuff like that. Here's some of the stuff I've done before. No.
That's cool.
There's Geo.
That's
He's kind
Geo from where?
He's kind of like a rock character. Here's another one of him. Done a little differently.
That's cool.
Another one.
Wow.
This
you're
is
really
just, you know,
a good artist. You're
this
really
is
good.
just like done on a little bit larger than 3x5 ruled cards, you know, so you don't always have to have
4x6. We determined that yesterday.
Yeah. Now the last ones that I did yesterday was this one of him. And I did a scarecrow, a scary scarecrow.
Nice.
And used little gray markers for that. And then I did a bog, which is kind of like my swamp creature. The moon in the background there. Used a little that gray, warm gray stuff.
Abominable bog.
Yeah, but I've been working on these 4x6 head sketches for characters.
I love that guy.
Yeah, he's kind of weird. I don't know how he's going to work, but you know, he's a character that I kind of came up with. So I've done a lot of Geo. I like drawing him and trying to look for different looks, you know, for him. But everybody that backs my book gets a free 4x6 head sketch. This is 110-pound paper. You get free art, free stickers, free trading cards. Here's Dirty Joe.
There he is. That's my
Now,
boy.
Dirty Joe might have to be kicked out of this magazine to make room for the Origin of Bog.
How dare you?
I know, but I can still work with that in the, you know, he'll be in more than one story, maybe in the 0 issue. So we'll see.
I shall protest most fiercely, sir.
Well, nothing's for, like I said, you know, I'm still working with Jim O'Reilly.
I know.
You
I'm
know.
just playing. I'm just playing
I know
with you.
you.
You know.
Oh, Jim O'Reilly, I know him. He's been on my chat.
Yeah.
I think he's even been on my panel before.
Jim's amazing, man. He's a great artist. Great
Well, Noel,
stuff.
you talked about working. What do you do? What is your job?
The fast food. I cannot.
Okay. All right.
Cannot.
Yeah, Shadowhawk, I guess you would say you're an engineer, right? How would you term your job that you're doing right now?
Slave labor.
Well,
Yes, I'm a mechanical engineer at the moment, but
there you go. Okay. He's got many hats of trades. Yeah, I just what I do is those drawings for head sketches for everybody. I'll do these little mini, you know, 4x6 mixed media, 110-pound. And this is good cardstock too. I use the back of these, and I also use the cardboard, which is nice and thick. So nothing goes to waste except maybe for the string, but it's over there. Got my pointer.
Oh, don't string us along.
Yeah, it's Wire. The Wire.
So,
Anyway.
excuse me. So what are you guys doing tomorrow?
Well, we'll be
4
doing
o'clock.
episode
Same thing.
827. Yeah.
What?
Well, this is episode 826. We'll be doing episode 827. We do this show every day, 7 days a week. So we'll be here at 4 Central, 4 to 6 if we make it.
Yep.
Fortunately,
Long as
I have,
traffic
Do a
ain't crazy.
lot of people come on this show or no?
yeah, we've had quite a few people come on this show. Absolutely, yeah. We
Oh, yeah.
do
We got
Sometimes,
Mike
sometimes
Perry.
not.
sometimes we do interviews. We have a special guest, kind of like Rick, that we talked to about his comic. Although he wasn't our scheduled
No,
special
that
guest,
is not. Sorry.
but we were talking about what would you like to see more on this channel today was kind of the topic. We talk about comics always, but we also about collecting in general. Do you collect anything? Noel? Do you collect
Huh?
anything? Do you collect anything?
No, I do not collect comic books. No.
Yeah, but do you collect anything?
Like, do you collect
Like-
stamps, dolls?
Rocks?
I collect my straws. I collect my straws.
Oh, you collect
Oh, cool.
straws. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
I do.
All right.
Yeah, I do. Yes, I do.
Now, do you get some of those at work, I guess?
No, at the movies.
Oh.
I have gone to a lot of movies and I collect.
Yeah. I got a mint straw right here, still wrapped up in the wrapper.
Why?
I just haven't used it yet. In fact, I think I've got a couple more here, as a matter of fact. Straws are useful things, right? I think I actually have another one.
Wow.
Yeah, we love straws here.
Rex is
Yeah.
ready for the apocalypse.
Well,
I'm ready.
we're
That's
certainly
right.
glad that's not the last straw.
Put them bum.
No, but you are, Rick. And we're going to go ahead and get out of here and wrap this up. But before we do, Rick, what are you having for dinner? Or have you already had
Yeah,
dinner?
right?
I'm probably gonna have some rice for dinner.
Rice,
Rice
for
for
dinner.
dinner.
Okay.
Rice for dinner.
Rolling. The
How
San
about you,
Francisco.
Shadowhawk? Now, how was dinner last night? What did you wind up having last night?
I don't
God.
remember.
You don't
We're doing burgers and dogs tonight, right?
Ooh, burgers and dogs. So are you going to fire up the grill and try and grill out in the heat?
Mama Hawk's already out there doing it.
Oh, okay. And peeing in the yard, I'm sure. That one was
Yeah,
for Pal
probably.
Yeah.
Hail Bill.
Myself, I have no clue about what I'm going to do for dinner. But how about you?
I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna eat food.
I'm not so sure, Rick. I haven't been eating that much since I was kind of sick last weekend.
Oh,
And
I'm sorry to hear
Yeah,
that.
that's something in
Yeah.
the freezer, dude.
oh yeah, man, I don't know if I had COVID again or the flu or what. With Shadowhawk, that what you said the other day, that COVID was just a more virulent, stronger.
That's just the flu. Quit letting them scare you, man.
Yeah. Well, it didn't
Long as
scare
you
me.
ain't-
It sure laid me low for a few days.
Yeah,
I did
well,
get
I
my
mean, if
jumbo
you-
barbecue last night.
If
though.
you're
I
already
stopped
weak,
by-
and that shit gets you, it can be bad. But if you got a decent system, it's gonna be like the regular flu. The regular flu kills hundreds of thousands of people every year. Nobody talks
Uh-huh.
about that anymore. See?
I did get my jumbo barbecue last night from I can't remember his name. It's like Big Belly Pops or something. I don't know what his name is. I'll have to write it down so I can remember.
Was it good?
But I stopped by there, just give him an update and tell him, I would spray his
Yeah.
area. I'm sorry. What? No, Noel? Did you say something?
I
What will you be doing for dinner, Noel? Are you
me
gonna have burgers, or have you already eaten?
I am having a frozen foods and meats
Okay.
and cereal.
Oh wow, that's a
Cool.
big
That's
cereal.
a diverse meal.
I, you know what I had for breakfast? What I had
So
for Go ahead.
so I eat one meal a day. That's how
Okay.
I am. My body.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that generally
I
like
love
it?
it.
Is that like supper or dinner? You know, later in the day?
No, I don't do that.
Do you do
I
breakfast? You eat breakfast?
actually I eat like late night dinner. Like you
Okay.
can't not believe you. Yeah, I just yeah.
Okay.
People
Yeah.
like the people are shocked that I do that, but it's my body and
Well, a lot of people do that. I've been eating only one meal a day, you know, for a while
Hey,
now. So
as long as you feel good, that's what matters, right?
absolutely
yes,
got the energy you need, right? And a
yeah,
lot of it is how much you exercise and how much you had to work and the calories you burn, you know. So
oh
anyway,
yeah, my calories are really good.
yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Well,
Speaking
And
of
Noel,
calories, I'm gonna go eat
and
something. Hello.
excuse me, and guess what? I play track and basketball. That's
okay.
why I wear this shirt.
That's
Why?
good. You keep active like that. I did that too. If you want to say the
For
magic
Special
word,
Olympics.
we got 2 magic words that get us out of here where we close the show every day. You want to say the
What's the
magic
magic
word
word?
for us?
What's
Keep
the magic
collecting.
word?
Keep collecting.
Huh?
Keep collecting. Can you say keep collecting?
Keep collecting.
There you go.
Hey,
She nailed it in one.
nailed. See you tomorrow.
No. See
You're
you
hired.
tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
You're right.